once you are done with creating your layers and adding the paint and lowering the opacity on them, I'd like you to just double check that you did it all non-destructively. Go to your layers panel and turn off the visibility by clicking on the eyeball of all of your layers, and make sure you don't see any paint marks on your original. That's what I will be doing as well when I go through your images. Where's my guy over here? So just going through and clicking on the eyeballs and turning everything off and making sure that when I look at the original, it doesn't have any paint marks on it. And there's my original, not turning that on. Okay, so once you're sure that you didn't paint on the background, then let's talk about how to save it. So I'll just turn my layers back on here. So you are going to be saving your file in two different formats. As a Photoshop file, that's what you will be submitting, and then as a JPEG, you will be submitting on discussion board next week. So first we'll go up to File, and I'll say Save As, and I'm going to browse, make sure I'm in my Dart 100 folder, and save as type Photoshop. And then you could give it whatever name you want to call it. So that's your Photoshop file. The Photoshop file, when you save it in that format, saves all of the layers. That's what I need to see for the grade. I cannot grade from a JPEG because that will not save the layers. But for your discussion board post, you can save it as a JPEG. So to do that, you'll do File, Save a Copy. And from the drop-down, you're going to choose the JPEG format. And you can give it the same name. It's going to add copy onto it. And that's the one next week you will be posting on discussion board. Not the Photoshop file, but just the JPEG. And that's not the one that you submit to me. It's just for discussion board. So I'll go ahead and open that just so you can see why I can't grade from it. So here it is, and I'm going to open that up in Photoshop, and it doesn't have any of the layers, so I cannot grade from that. So again, the JPEGs, File, Save a Copy, that's for discussion board. The Photoshop files, File, Save As, and then just save it as a Photoshop. Those will have all the layers, and that's what I use for grading. All right, let me know if you have any questions.